Have you ever stopped to think about what it truly means to be winning at life? For some, it might mean achieving big career goals or amassing wealth. But as we get older, especially after 70, the definition of winning often shifts. It becomes less about external accomplishments and more about the quality of our daily lives, our health, our relationships, and our ability to find joy in the little things. So, today, I want to talk about 6 things that, if you can still do them at 70, mean you're absolutely winning at life. These aren't just random tasks or milestones, they're meaningful indicators of a life well lived. And the best part? They're things you can work on and celebrate at any age. Let's start with the first one: staying physically active. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, though if you can do that, more power to you. I'm talking about staying mobile, flexible, and strong enough to enjoy your day-to-day life. Whether it's taking a walk around the block, gardening, or even just getting up and down from a chair without assistance, staying active is a huge win. Why is this so important? Because physical activity isn't just about your body, it's about your mind and spirit too. When you move your body, you boost your mood, improve your balance, and reduce your risk of chronic illnesses. It's like giving yourself a daily dose of vitality. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call her Helen, is 72 years old. She starts every morning with a 20-minute walk around her neighborhood. She says it's not just about the exercise, it's about greeting her neighbors, feeling the sun on her face, and starting her day with a sense of accomplishment. That's what staying active looks like at 70. It's about finding joy in movement and making it a part of your routine. Now, let's move on to the second thing: maintaining strong relationships. At 70, your social connections are more important than ever. Whether it's your spouse, your children, your friends, or even your neighbors, having people in your life who care about you and whom you care about is a sure sign that you're winning at life. Think about it. Relationships are the glue that holds our lives together. They give us a sense of belonging, provide emotional support, and add meaning to our days. And the best part? You don't need a huge circle of friends to reap the benefits. Even 1 or 2 close relationships can make all the difference. For example, let's say you have a weekly phone call with your granddaughter. Those conversations might seem simple, but they're a powerful way to stay connected and remind yourself that you're loved. Or maybe you have a friend you meet for coffee every week. Those moments of connection are priceless. The key is to nurture your relationships, even when life gets busy. Send a text to check in on someone. Invite a friend over for tea. Or simply take a moment to really listen when someone is talking to you. These small acts of kindness can strengthen your bonds and remind you how rich your life truly is. Now, let's talk about the third thing: keeping your mind sharp. At 70, if you're still curious, learning and challenging yourself mentally, you're definitely winning at life. This doesn't mean you have to solve complex math problems or memorize Shakespeare, unless that's your thing. It's about staying engaged with the world around you and keeping your brain active. For some people, this might mean reading books, doing crossword puzzles, or learning a new skill. For others, it might mean staying informed about current events or having deep conversations with friends. The important thing is to keep your mind curious and open. Let me give you an example. A viewer once told me that at 75, she decided to learn how to use a smartphone. At first, it felt overwhelming, but she took it one step at a time. Now she loves sending photos to her grandchildren and video calling her friends. Learning something new gave her a sense of accomplishment and kept her mind sharp. So whether it's picking up a new hobby, exploring a topic you've always been curious about, or simply staying engaged with the world, keeping your mind active is a surefire way to feel like you're winning at life. Now, as we wrap up this part, I want to leave you with this thought. Winning at life isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about finding joy in the journey and celebrating the small victories along the way. In the next part, we'll dive into the remaining 3 things that, if you can still do them at 70, mean you're absolutely winning at life. For now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these first 3 things resonates most with you? Are you staying active, nurturing your relationships, or keeping your mind sharp? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, life is a gift, and every day is an opportunity to win. Let's keep moving forward together. In the first part of this video, we talked about staying physically active, maintaining strong relationships, and keeping your mind sharp. These are all incredible ways to feel like you're winning at life after 70, but there's more to it than that. Life at 70 is about balance, balancing your physical health with your emotional well-being, your independence with your connections to others, and your past experiences with your present joys. So let's dive into the next 3 things that, if you can still do them at 70, mean you're absolutely thriving. The 4th thing is finding purpose and meaning. At 70, you've likely lived through decades of experiences, some joyful, some challenging, all meaningful. But even with all that life behind you, it's never too late to find new purpose. In fact, having a sense of purpose is one of the most powerful predictors of happiness and longevity. What does purpose look like at 70? It can be different for everyone. For some, it might mean volunteering in the community, mentoring younger generations, or sharing your skills and knowledge. For others, it might mean pursuing a passion project like painting, writing, or gardening. And for some, it might simply mean being there for your family, being the person they can count on for love, wisdom, and support. Let me share an example. A friend of mine, let's call him George, retired at 70 and felt a bit lost at first. He missed the structure of his job and the sense of contribution it gave him. But then he started volunteering at a local food bank. Suddenly, he had a reason to get up in the morning and he felt like he was making a difference. That sense of purpose gave him a new lease on life. The key is to find something that lights you up inside, something that makes you feel like you're contributing to the world in your own unique way. It doesn't have to be big or grand. It just has to matter to you. Now let's move on to the 5th thing, staying financially secure. Now I know this one might not sound as exciting as the others, but hear me out. Financial security at 70 isn't just about having money in the bank. It's about having peace of mind. It's about knowing that you can take care of yourself and your loved ones no matter what life throws your way. At 70, financial security might look like having a steady income from retirement savings, Social Security, or a part-time job. It might mean having a budget that allows you to enjoy life without constant worry. Or it might simply mean knowing that you've planned ahead and can handle unexpected expenses. For example, let's say you've saved up enough to take a trip to visit your grandchildren or to treat yourself to a nice dinner every now and then. Those little luxuries aren't just about the money, they're about the freedom and joy they bring. Of course, financial security doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, discipline, and sometimes tough decisions. But if you've reached 70 and you're in a good place financially, that's a huge win. It means you've worked hard, made smart choices, and set yourself up for a comfortable and fulfilling life. Now, let's talk about the 6th and final thing, embracing gratitude and positivity. At 70, if you can wake up each day with a sense of gratitude for the life you've built and the people you love, you're truly winning. Gratitude isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a game changer. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, and that can transform your entire outlook on life. Think about it. When you focus on the good things, your health, your family, your home, your memories, you naturally feel happier and more content. And that positivity radiates out to everyone around you. Let me give you an example. A viewer once told me that she starts every morning by writing down 3 things she's grateful for. Some days it's big things, like her grandchildren or a beautiful sunrise. Other days it's small things, like a good cup of coffee or a phone call from a friend. Over time, this simple practice has helped her feel more joyful and resilient, even on tough days. So how can you cultivate gratitude and positivity in your own life? It might mean keeping a gratitude journal, like the viewer I just mentioned. Or it might mean taking a moment each day to reflect on the good things in your life. Whatever works for you, the important thing is to make it a habit. Now, as we wrap up this part, I want to remind you that winning at life isn't about checking off a list of accomplishments. It's about finding joy, meaning, and connection in the life you've built. And if you're staying physically active, nurturing your relationships, keeping your mind sharp, finding purpose, staying financially secure, and embracing gratitude, you're doing just that. In the next part, we'll bring it all together and talk about how to celebrate these wins and keep moving forward with confidence and joy. For now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 things resonates most with you? Are you finding purpose, staying financially secure, or embracing gratitude? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Remember, life at 70 is a gift, and every day is an opportunity to win. Let's keep moving forward together. We've covered a lot in this video. Staying physically active, maintaining strong relationships, keeping your mind sharp, finding purpose, staying financially secure, and embracing gratitude. These are all incredible ways to feel like you're winning at life after 70. But now, let's bring it all together and talk about how to celebrate these wins and keep moving forward with confidence and joy. First, let's dive deeper into celebrating your wins. At 70, you've likely accomplished more than you realize. Maybe you've raised a family, built a career, overcome challenges, or simply lived a life full of love and laughter. These are all things to be proud of. But sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day that we forget to celebrate how far we've come. So, take a moment to reflect on your life. What are you most proud of? What have you overcome? What brings you joy? Write it down, share it with a friend, or simply take a quiet moment to acknowledge it. Celebrating your wins isn't about bragging. It's about recognizing your worth and the incredible life you've built. For example, let's say you've been married for 50 years. That's a huge accomplishment. Celebrate it by planning a special dinner or writing a letter to your spouse expressing your gratitude. Or maybe you've recently taken up a new hobby, like painting or gardening. Celebrate that by displaying your work or sharing it with others. Another way to celebrate your wins is by creating a life highlights journal. This could be a simple notebook where you jot down your favorite memories, achievements, and moments of joy. Flipping through it on a tough day can remind you of all the good things in your life and give you a boost of positivity. The key is to find ways to honor your journey and remind yourself that you're winning at life. Now let's talk about staying curious and open to new experiences. At 70, it's easy to fall into routines and stick to what's familiar, and while routines can be comforting, they can also limit your growth and joy. That's why it's so important to stay curious and open to new possibilities. What does this look like in practice? It might mean trying a new activity, like joining a book club or taking a cooking class. It might mean traveling to a place you've never been, even if it's just a nearby town. Or it might mean learning something new, like how to use technology or speak a few phrases in another language. Let me share an example. A viewer once told me that at 72, she decided to take a solo trip to a city she'd always wanted to visit. At first, she was nervous, but she pushed through her fears and had the time of her life. She met new people, tried new foods, and came home with a renewed sense of confidence and adventure. Another example is my neighbor John, who at 75 decided to learn how to play the guitar. He started with online tutorials and practiced a little every day. Now, he plays for his grandchildren, and it's become a cherished part of their visits. The point is, staying curious and open to new experiences keeps life exciting and fulfilling. It reminds you that there's always more to learn, explore, and enjoy. Now let's expand on giving back. At 70, you have a lifetime of wisdom, experience, and love to share. And one of the most rewarding ways to win at life is by giving back to others. This doesn't have to mean grand gestures or huge commitments. It might mean volunteering at a local organization, mentoring a younger person, or simply being there for a friend in need. It might mean sharing your stories and experiences with your grandchildren or writing letters of encouragement to people in your community. For example, let's say you're passionate about education. You might volunteer to read to children at a local school or donate books to a library. Or maybe you're a great listener. You might offer to be a sounding board for a friend who's going through a tough time. Another way to give back is by sharing your skills. If you're good at knitting, you could make blankets for a homeless shelter. If you're handy with tools, you might help a neighbor with small repairs. Even small acts of kindness, like baking cookies for a new neighbor or sending a thoughtful card, can make a big difference. The beauty of giving back is that it not only helps others, it enriches your own life. It gives you a sense of purpose, connection, and fulfillment that's hard to beat. Now let's talk about staying resilient. Life at 70 isn't always easy. There may be health challenges, losses, or other difficulties to navigate. But resilience, the ability to bounce back and keep going, is a key part of winning at life. How do you build resilience? It starts with mindset. Instead of focusing on what's gone wrong, try to focus on what's still good. Surround yourself with supportive people who lift you up, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. For example, let's say you're dealing with a health issue. Instead of feeling defeated, focus on what you can do to manage it. Maybe it's following your doctor's advice, staying active within your limits, or finding a support group. Every small step you take to care for yourself is a win. Finally, let's talk about embracing the present moment. At 70, it's easy to get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, but the truth is, the only moment we truly have is the present. And learning to embrace it can bring so much joy and peace. One way to do this is through mindfulness. This might mean taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Or it might mean savoring the small moments, like the taste of your morning coffee or the sound of birds outside your window. Let me share an example. A viewer once told me that she started a daily gratitude walk. Every evening, she takes a short walk around her neighborhood and thinks about 3 things she's grateful for. This simple practice has helped her feel more present and appreciative of her life. Now, as we wrap up this video, I want to leave you with this thought. Winning at life after 70 isn't about being perfect or having it all figured out. It's about embracing the journey, celebrating your wins, and finding joy in the everyday moments. So, take a moment to reflect on the 6 things we've talked about. Staying physically active, maintaining strong relationships, keeping your mind sharp, finding purpose, staying financially secure, and embracing gratitude. Which of these are you already doing? Which ones would you like to focus on more? Remember, it's never too late to make changes or try something new. Every small step you take brings you closer to the life you want to live. Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 things resonates most with you? How do you celebrate your wins or give back to others? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's to winning at life after 70, and to living each day with joy, purpose, and gratitude. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.